4 points in relation to usurping a targeted identity. I will respond to some points which you are free to build on or discuss to yourself. Why would somebody want to usurp? Would someone want to usurp because of a low social, psychological, biological or personal self-esteem which is causing them to covet? Or would somebody want to usurp for HOD goals and aspirations? Why else do you think somebody would want to usurp? What's the main methods used to usurp an identity? Would you say claiming kinship to the targeted identity is one of the main methods? An example of this can be taken from 65 AD, where there was a Roman emperor named Nero. One of Nero's guards, named Nymphidius Sabinus, played a part in causing the emperor Nero to commit suicide. After Nero's death, that same guard, Nymphidius Sabinus, influenced the surrounding society to believe he is the illegitimate son of Nero, therefore making him the next emperor. What other methods are used to usurp an identity? Does the methods depend on the perceived reward or perceived power one will get? Or does the value of the perceived reward or perceived power determine what lengths one would go to in order to usurp an identity? What social issues occur amongst a usurped group? Could identity issues occur? Is there cases of interchangeable names imposed by the usurper onto the rightful claimants? Does subjection and shaming of the rightful claimants take place? Is war irresistibly craved and desired by the usurper for a treaty to follow? Is it the rightful claimants that sign the treaties, or is it a Pepsi and Coke situation? When a usurper cannot control their coveting, can it lead to them wishing to have the biology that is not rightfully theirs? Does this identity-related coveting happen consciously or unconsciously? Do immorally successful usurpers encourage their elected servants to also usurp? If this was true, then there would be a pyramid-style power system, which means coveting is required to move up the ranks of immoral success. Did some of the most immorally successful AEs use AEing to usurp? Our example can be that Jacob was granted an interchangeable name called Israel, including some of his descendants. Those aggressively claiming to be descendants of Jacob who are not called Israel, i.e. Judah, can indirectly lay claim to the inheritance, activities and deceitfully the identity of the remaining 10 tribes when it is a convenience. This is on the basis they can refer to their stated father as Israel. This also positions Judah to simply claim Judah when a distinction is required for protection and shaming purposes against the 10 tribes who are Israel. I would like to close with the following. So when an AE subscribes a biblical identity to a people group, are they doing this openly or behind closed doors? And is the environment free-flowing or is it a controlled environment? Is the information clear or vague? Are the rightful people groups who have been subscribed a biblical identity present during this subscription meeting? What tools or instruments do you use to measure someone's position, character and inheritance in order to know they are not a usurper or that they are a usurper? Do you like the idea of usurping? If so, why do you like the idea of usurping? Have you supported a usurper in hopes of becoming one, or do you think usurping is wrong? And lastly, what do you think is psychologically happening to a coveting usurper despite their ruling or financially rewarding position? How does a practicing usurper ease any developed psychological issues caused by their coveting? Remember, we don't need to reach for the stars as they are already a part of us, and you cannot change your fingerprints.